to Cooking with Mama Bear. If you're new, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. First, I want to ask you guys if you would please click the like button, and you can click the like button whenever you find something funny in the video. And all of my videos, every last one of them, have a blooper, a mess up, an accident, a oops, my bad. So it won't be hard. So if you could click like, you can subscribe, and then if you hit the notification bell, you'll see the next time I upload another funny cooking video. So I also want to know in the comments below if you guys would put down there or let me know when you make a muffin, if you could create any kind of muffin you'd want to make, what would you put in or on top of your muffin? So let's get started with the video. Let's go. Okay, for today's video, I know this looks like a lot of stuff, but I'm making my own special muffin. If I didn't tell you already, it's going to be lemon poppy seed with a special secret ingredient. Okay, so you will need 2 cups of all-purpose flour, half a cup of white sugar, 2 3/4 teaspoon of baking powder, and 3/4 teaspoon of salt. That is in my zipper bag right here, and it's my dry mix, so it's all ready to go. My second bowl that I'm going to need is called the wet bowl or the liquid ingredients. So I'll need 1 egg, 1 cup of milk plus an extra couple of tablespoons of milk, 1/3 of a cup of melted butter and or shortening. So I'm going to mix those 2 together, and then some type of flavoring. So today I have a lemon extract instead of my vanilla, but I also have a lemon to get some fresh lemon juice. I also will use some poppy seeds, probably about a tablespoon of poppy seeds, and some lemon zest. And I'll explain what that is in a moment. In terms of equipment, you will need a whisk, a big mixing spoon, a zester, and if you don't have a zester, you can use something called, that's my zester right here. You can also use a like a grater, a sharp knife, and then I have a little handheld sifter, 2 mixing bowls, and then a third little like tinier bowl to mix my wet ingredients in, a cutting board, and then in the back there you will see that I have my 12 cup cupcake pan with the little silicone liners in it. You can also use paper cupcake liners or you can spray it. Oh, I also forgot to mention you will need something to juice your lemon. I have a little handheld one that's orange, or you can just squeeze it just using your hands over a dish. Let's get it started. Okay, I'm ready. So first we're going to start with the liquid or wet ingredients. I'm going to put it in this like little, it's really supposed to be like a liquid measuring cup, but I'm going to use this for my liquids. So first I'm going to start with my egg, because if you get the shell in there, you can always easily find it. Once you put other ingredients like milk or other something liquidy, it's going to be very difficult to find it. So we're going to start with the egg. I'm going to crack it on the side of this container. Hopefully this will work. Yes. Oh, there's a shell in there. Let me get that out before I get the egg in there. Blooper number 1 already. Oh my gosh. Okay, there's my egg. Yay. Oh, I am going to get my handy dandy damp towel. I'm going to put it under my bowl. Also, I'm going to need some milk. So I am going to need a cup and then also 2 tablespoons. The official way is to get it up to where you think the line is at. You're going to, squat down to eye level and see if it is there. And it is. So I'm going to pour this in. And then we also need 2 tablespoons of milk. So I'm going to go slow. You know, to be safe, I should do it over my other dish, so if I spill too much, it's okay. Oh, the oven's ready. I'm preheating it to 400 degrees, so it's ready to go. I'm going to take my whisk, and I am just going to whisk this together. The next thing I'm going to need to do is I need to melt my butter / shortening. So I'm going to take my sharp knife. I'm going to use, I need 5 tablespoons altogether. So I'm going to look on my wrapper and I'm going to count over 3 tablespoons. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to cut on that line. I'll use my cutting board. You guys see see that? And then I'm also going to get 2 tablespoons of this shortening in the stick, or yeah, it's made in a stick. I don't know if I can mention the company name, but I love these. Okay, so I need 2 tablespoons. They also have measurements on the wrapper, so I'm going to count over 1, 2, and I'm going to cut on that line. Now this is a little more trickier, so I have to go through the wrapper to cut. I'm going to open this a little bit so I can see my straight line. I pick this up, and I'm going to melt that in the microwave, and I'm going to add it to my liquid ingredient bowl. So while I'm microwaving this and allowing it to melt, I'm going to work on my dry mix bowl. So I'm going to leave this to the side. I'm going to put this in the microwave. Okay, now what I'm going to do is work on my dry mix bowl. I'm going to use 2 bowls. I'm going to use my handheld sifter. It's a little beat down because it's been touched a lot, but that's okay, it'll still work. So I'm going to put it on one of my bowls. I'm going to take my dry mix, and again, this is my flour, sugar, salt, and baking powder. And because some of the ingredients might not be well mixed together, I'm going to sift this twice. I'm also going to sift this because it allows the flour mixture to be lighter and fluffier in texture when the muffin comes out. So it's closer to cake and a little less like a muffin texture, because muffins are a little denser, kind of packy. So I'm sifting it to get all the ingredients through well and to make it more like cake-like texture. So I'm just shaking this, and the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt is just mixing together down in this bowl. And then I'm going to add the poppy seeds. So that is not the secret ingredient that I'm going to add to these muffins. I'm technically going to add it after I take it out the oven, because it won't act right in the oven. You guys want to know what it is? It's going to be called, it's called lemon curd. Some of my favorite stuff on earth. So what it is, it's like pudding, but it's lemony. It is so good. And I'm going to put it in the center of my muffins, but I have to wait till the muffins are already cooked. Okay, I'm done with my dry ingredients. So now I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to grab my melted butter shortening. Let me move this over here. Let me wipe up my mess. So I'm going to take, I just cut butter with this, so that's okay, because we're going to use this whole one. Oh, I want to do something called zesting. So I have this cute little tool called a zester. If you don't have one of these, sorry about the microwave beeping. You can also use a grater and just use the small holes and grate it. You're trying to get the yellow skin off without getting the white part, because the white part's kind of bitter. But I'm going to try this thing. Will this do it? Oh, there it is. Can you guys see it? Oh, I think I got to rub it better. Now I need lemon juice, but once you cut this open, it's hard to zest a lemon because the juice is going everywhere. Okay, so I keep on moving around the lemon. And of course my zester is working, kinda. Maybe I should turn on the other side. Is that better? I'm about to go to the getaway. I'm about to get the, yeah, this is cool, this is cute, but it's not working as well as I want it to. So we're gonna use my grater, and I'm just gonna rub like a couple times per side, and I'm just rotating the lemon around so I can get all that beautiful, delicious zest. I also washed this lemon before I zested this. So I took some dish soap and I rubbed it really quick, and I rinsed it a lot because I don't want it to get that perfumey dish soap smell on there, but I wanted to make sure the skin of this lemon was clean. That's not creating a whole lot. So I'm going to cover up the zest so I don't get it all wet from cutting open this lemon. Okay, so normally lemons have seeds inside. So that's why I have this handheld. I have this handheld juicer. The glass part broke. That's a long story. So I just have just a basic little container. I'm going to put this on top. I'm going to rub this back and forth. To create more juice, you can rub the lemon like under the palm of your hand on a hard surface. But this one already felt kind of like I already squeezed it. Maybe I did earlier off camera. Yeah. Okay, so I've got most of that done. Now I'm going to use this other one, or the other side of the lemon, and I can see all the seeds are getting stuck. The juice goes through the holes, and then the pulp and the seeds stay on top. Unless the seed is really small, then it'll still go through the hole. Okay, that looks great. Now when you add an acid to milk, it kind of curdles a little bit. So if it gets kind of lumpy, it just turn it into natural buttermilk, and that's fine. Okay, I'm going to put, that's 2 tablespoons? Oh yeah, we're putting in 3. Oh yes. Okay, so I'm going to whisk this. And in 5 minutes, this will look kind of lumpy like buttermilk, and that's fine. Melted butter and shortening. I'm just touching this to make sure it's not too hot because I don't want scrambled egg muffins. So I'm going to slowly pour this in. Okay. Now, this is all done. I almost forgot. I forgot my poppy seeds. Okay. Oh, and something else. So I'm going to do a tablespoon of poppy seeds. I'm going to pour it in. So I'm going to have to stir this in. I'm going to also, because this basic muffin recipe typically has that cinnamon sugar streusel topping, so because I'm not adding that, I'm going to add just a couple of, I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of extra, of just basic white sugar. But this is some extra sweetness to the flour mix. 1 more tablespoon of poppy seed. Oh, this is the liquid. This would be good. And this poppy seed adds a nice little like crunch or grit into a muffin. Okay, so now we're going to make the well again because I messed it up. So I'm just making a hole or an indentation in the center of my bowl of dry ingredients. You're going to slowly pour in all your wet ingredients. It's going to overflow, and that's just what it does, or yeah. And then I'm going to slowly stir for about till it's just combined. So it's about it's going to be lumpy, and it's probably only going to be like 20 strokes. So let's see, 1, 2, 18, yep, 19, 20. That's it. And it still looks kind of lumpy, but that's okay. That's what muffin mix is supposed to look like. Okay, so I am going to time lapse putting the muffin, filling up the muffin silicone wrapper holder cups, and I'll fill them up about 3/4 of the way, and then I will put them in the oven, and then we'll get to make the secret ingredients, which is the lemon, curd like filling. Okay, now I'm going to make my lemon curd. I'm going to speed this part up, but I just want you to know I'm going to pour all my ingredients in. I'm going to whisk it until it gets thick and bubbly. Okay, we're back, and the muffins are done. They've cooled. I made the curd, and I put in the refrigerator to kind of let it like cool down. So now we're going to assemble it. The way is to take this curd and to put it in like a pastry bag or frosting bag or icing bag, but let's say I don't have one of those around. You can always use a Ziploc bag. So what you're going to do is first open it up. I'm going to put it in this bowl so I can control it a little bit better. And if it stretches around the edge, that's even, no, it's not going to do it. That's okay. So I'm going to take my curd and I'm just going to put it all in the bag. Try to get it all down in there. I'm going to zip up the top. And I'm going to try to squeeze out like the extra air in here. And I'm pushing the curd like down to a corner. Okay, so I've got about all the air out. Just about. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is take my scissor and I'm going to clip that, and then it'll start to come out the bottom, which is great. So first, let me get my muffin first. Okay, so this looks good. Now you're going to put a hole in the center of your muffin, but you're not going to go to the bottom where it all just goops out the bottom. So you have to leave a little bit at the bottom. So you can do the professional way is you use a corer Corer. It's like an apple core or fruit core. Can you guys see this? So this is one kind and this is another kind. They both have kind of like a rigidy, jaggedy edge at the bottom so it can go through the fruit. But let's say you don't have one of these. So there's something else you could use. I have used this like baster. It's like you can suck juice out of meats primarily. I take the bulb off and then there's this hole right there. I can stick this in my muffin and go down about halfway and then twist or pivot my wrist and then pop it out, and then the muffin or the cupcake, but today it's a muffin, will stay in here, and then you have your hole. Or you could also take like a skinnier like spoon, like this measuring spoon, go down a little bit, turn around or rotate it, and it'll scoop out the muffin filling. So I'll do the getaway, but I'm sure I've used the professional ones. Okay, so I'm just gonna gently rotate this back and forth. I'm gonna go down about 1 inch. Okay, that's good because I don't want to go too far down. And then I'm gonna gently take this out. Good. Okay, so here's my cake. I'm sorry, not cake. Muffin. How to get this out? If you want to get this out, just have to blow it out. Yes, see that? Okay, so I'm gonna lay this to the side. Now I'm gonna clip. Oh, I want to do one more thing. I'm gonna put this to the side. I'm gonna make something called a glaze. It's not frosting because frosting is thick and can stand up by itself, and it can hold a really good shape. Icing is more like thin, and it just like molds kind of to the object that you're putting it on. So we're gonna make a glaze. So I'm just gonna cut a small corner here, and I'm gonna get a cup of powdered sugar. Okay, I'll just do it in here. I'm just gonna squeeze this in the cup. Hopefully I don't make a mess. If you notice, my apron's probably a little dirty because cooking is dirty business. Okay, so I've got about a cup. I'm gonna put it in my little, there we go, my little bowl. I'm gonna take a tablespoon of butter, and I think I'm gonna take my fork, and I'm gonna put it in here. It's softened or room temperature, and I'm gonna put it in here. I could just put liquid in this powdered sugar and then it turns into a glaze, but with the butter, it gives it a more creamier, richer flavor, and it feels silkier on your tongue when you eat it. Before you add any liquid, you have to mash in this butter and break it up into little tiny bits, because if you put it in before the butter's mashed in, then you have like these little butter chunks all through the icing. It still tastes good, but it doesn't look so great. Okay, I'm gonna add a little liquid. I juiced another lemon, so I'm gonna take a teaspoon and I'm just gonna drizzle it or pour it on top, and then I'm gonna mash this in. I'm gonna go a teaspoon at a time. That's looking good. See, this looks more like frosting. See how it's thick? It's not coming off the fork. One more teaspoon. Okay, this should be it. This should be it. Yay! This is it. Okay, so now this should be kind of runny. See that? Yes, that's what I want. Runny. In a good way, not in a bad way. Okay, let's put this baby together. Ignore the powdered sugar. Okay, so I'm gonna have my curd. I'm gonna clip just a really tiny hole because you want to be able to control this. So I've got my hole. I'm gonna squeeze it down into the muffin. Oh, that looks good. Now before it gets all the way to the top, I am gonna put my cork, muffin cork, back in here. I'm not gonna put it all in there. I'm gonna break like half this off just to cover it up. Yes, you can barely tell it was even there. I'll put that to the side. Now, what I want to do next is I want to drizzle on some icing. I'm going to try to control it off this fork. Let's see. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's see. Can I go? Hopefully it won't go bloop. Okay, that's okay if it does though. Next time I'm going to get another zipper bag so I can make it look all pretty fancy. Okay, yeah, so this is keeping it real look. That's what that is. Okay, so something else I want to add is coconut, shredded coconut. I love coconut. I feel like it's more an adult flavor, so I'm just going to take a little pinch, like, I don't know, a teaspoon or so. Okay. That would be good all by itself. Just the icing all by itself, or the curd all by itself, and the coconut. And then the last thing I want to do is I am going to get one of these cute little raspberries. And I have it just soaking in water. And I'm flipping it upside down so all the water in the whole of the raspberry comes out. I'm just going to pat it dry. And then I'm going to put it on top. Oh! Okay, so I am going to clean my plate so you guys can see this. I'm going to get all the extra coconut off. Okay, so I'm going to come closer to you guys so you can see my beautiful, yummy muffin. Okay, so now we're going to cut it and see how much curd is in there. Okay, I'll cut it past the raspberry. Can I do this without dropping it? Okay, the raspberry's going to fall off. That's okay, so let's see. Ooh. Can you guys see it in there? So there's the lemon curd. The coconut's kind of covering it up. I could have went down a little bit farther to put in even more lemon curd. But that's good. Okay, so now we have to try it yet again. Okay, I'm going to put the whole raspberry on this piece because I'm greedy. Yes, mama. Okay, don't forget, stay and look while you cook. Bye.